All right, and we're recording.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I had one too. That's the worst part.
No.
Yo, I know you
think
had
we're
one,
done.
but
We're done.
if we go any further, we're gonna start the session like 2 hours late.
I had one locked and loaded. You have to understand.
Oh no, oh no.
Guys, this just means that we do need to like hang out as people every once in a while and not
Yes.
just like
Before the session.
Go stir crazy.
Okay. What's happened last time?
Fucking Christ.
Let's see. Oh, we had a wonderful non-romantic, totally platonic scene with Erlen and Nadim. It was platonic.
It was.
I just want to state one more time it was platonic.
Yes.
It
Yes.
actually absolutely was, and then
Yes.
everyone else interpreted it as kiss.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know.
We are the internet
One of-
personified.
Erlen's not at the level to like think about like romantic experiences right now. He's still in his like I heard everything I touch. Me.
Everything I heard touches what? That doesn't make sense. Anyways, so there was also, Big Papa Nicholas, got a little
Big
angry,
Nick.
and when he got a little angry, Big Saint Nick definitely he blew his lid, and almost died. He started
Oh,
making
no.
death saves.
Okay, there we go. I was
What?
nothing.
Did you have something to add, Ricky?
I did not.
Do you want to insert
Nothing
maybe a joke
meaningful.
about something?
No,
No. Okay.
All right.
I'll be the grown up for once.
Final call? Anyone?
No. One more time. Ricky. Wait.
Jingle, 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 jingle.
Funny dirty joke, funny dirty joke,
What
come on.
happened? What happened next, y'all?
Yeah, what
Oh,
happened
this is
next?
gonna be one of those sessions, okay?
Yeah.
I'll be
Nicholas
careful
scared Brandy to the point where, and then they got into like a little thing. Nicholas didn't remember being very angry though. He had like it wasn't his own doing. Something was happening. There was mist rolling in and thunder in real life just now. So I'm gonna tag someone else in.
I had a beautiful rain just earlier. I was like doing D&D planning and like had my little music on and the rain started. I'm like, God aligned for this specific moment.
Alright, so, both Asan and Indra did different types of detection, and we discovered that there's both a rip in the veil nearby, and there's also some demon presence nearby. We split up. I believe it was Indra and Shepard stayed with Nick, right?
Yes.
Keep an eye on
Asan and Erland
it.
went to go speak with Brandy's uncle. And then Brandy went off on her own to cool down, and Ilaria and Sarid went to go speak with the grandma. And we all got some varying things. With the uncle, he said that the mist has been lingering a bit long. Like, the mist is normal, but how consistent it is not normal. It started probably about 2 days ago. That was the only thing I wrote down from Brandy's uncle, because for the most part there's a lot of just posturing and insulting Brandy's father.
Yes.
Ilaria and Sarid spoke with Grandma, and we got some very big lore of, one, she's a mage. Brandy's mother was her apprentice. There used to be some sort of large battleground, and the Dalish put some sort of curse on the land because of the fucking, like, I don't know how to say it.
Human invaders.
Because of the human invaders, yeah.
Was it human invaders?
No, I think it was just from all of the battle and, like, the giant battleground, right? Am I wrong?
Do I need to retell the fucking story?
Ricky, you were rather vague with the story.
That was so on purpose, but I used vague terms for a reason.
Whatever. Big
Can I
battleground.
make a Ricky
Baelish
check?
hate
to
the
know what
people
that
who
means?
live here, and there is a tear in the veil from it that,
Yes, Tony,
that
roll insight.
that mage and apprentice have been essentially putting a band-aid on since this battle hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. But with Brandy's mom dying, there is now a lack of magic seal it.
Yeah,
Or
we
to
don't
at
have
least
the apprentice.
temporarily seal it.
Grandma can't do it all on her own,
Yes.
and
Grandma
you know
can't
the
do it
elves.
all on her own.
The elves still don't like these people because they're descended from whatever bad invaders first had that fight with them. So elves and grudges, I suppose.
Josh, thank you for volunteering.
Well, to be fair, he's the only person that could go after this since Annika's fucking power went out.
Again?
No,
Oh,
no,
wait,
no,
no,
I
never mind.
mean she wasn't there
During
for the
the fight.
session.
Oh, I thought you meant
There-
like
there-
right
there-
now. I'm like,
Grandma.
no, not
Can
Lord.
you
anymore.
fucking imagine twice in
I was gonna actually like cry for you.
But that was cool, and both as Sarah was speaking with Grandma, getting all these lore drops and learning about, whoa, I know something about Brandy now. I know Brandy's mom was a mage, and was like, oh shit. Having that moment, our elves, they felt a disturbance in the force. They felt that something was approaching, and right before then, Brandy had a nice little talk, had a little bit of a sullen look about her, and had a nice talk with the armor master, by the docks, who Anaya, yeah, Anaya, being someone that Brandy knew before meeting us and all that, is just another nice townsfolk villager, and even Anaya seemed to know this whole situation about Brandy's mom. Brandy seemed to be the only one who was unaware of this, as far as we've known so far. And as they were talking, everything kind of went to shit as our elves noticed that disturbance in the force, and more demons, more terrible rage demons and other similar smaller threats had come from underneath the water, and decided to really give us a warm welcome on our first day in this village. We dealt with it. We dealt with it. We had our nice little conversation, and we had our little our little earpieces, our little message earrings, going, "Hey, everyone, docks now!" And then we killed some demons, and now we are left in the aftermath of this incursion, sort of picking up our bearings and gathering together what intel we have formulated, so that we may continue forward in our investigation.
Alright. Coming in just off the cuff of the battle, you all kind of find yourselves on the docks, exhausted, but the kind of like endless waves of rage demons slowly like seems to fade away from you, and this like kind of like bubbling anger that like everybody except for Shepard I think feels, because like Shepard there's this like way that you like have learned to deal with rage, kind of like focus it into something productive. Everybody else, there's just kind of like this little tingle that you feel, and this like almost like uncomfortable annoyance, like you're very easily like irritated and frustrated, and then that just kind of washes over you, and this kind of like cool like wave seeps like through your body, like light rain kind of cools down your face, and And you all kind of look at each other, battered, bruised, some very, like, heavily burned and singed. Nothing a good night's rest can't fix, though.
D&D.
I love
Um,
D&D.
So, while you guys are moving around and like getting your bearings at the end of the fight, all you just hear is like a blood-curdling scream come from Brandy, and just see the Erlen, to your dismay, the bucket of quippers that you asked for is launched into the water in just an overhead throw. And this scream just sounds like something that needed to be forced out.
Can we see what's going on?
We're all here for this, right?
Oh yeah, you could hear this for several hundred feet.
Would because of like the twinges of like rage and everything and anger like seeping into everyone, would this be like a scream that Shepard kind of like can relate to?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Shepard will then just walk over to Brandy, like pat her on the back and just say, "Let it out, Brandy."
Nothing I do will be good enough for anyone I ever fucking meet.
It's good enough for us.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because every single day I have to prove myself in not being the bitchy teenager that most of you guys think I am, most likely.
Randy, we're the same age.
Well, at least we have something in common, Hassan.
It'll make me feel old sometimes.
Erland, 25.
Erland, you are old.
That's how Mark talks to us.
Randy, we would not have... We'd all be dead without you. I think we can all agree
know.
to that as I look around everyone.
Erland, Shepard, come over here.
Well, what
Shepard
do you...
just walks over.
And she's gonna just start bandaging you guys up.
I'm
Appreciate
fine.
it, Brandy.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
a real quick question. What level are you guys again?
8.
8.
How
Alright.
are we doing on hit points?
I have not been touched.
Alright.
I'm at
We know, Hassan.
59 out of 106.
Shepard, you
Wow.
got 15 back.
Sweet.
I'm a bit below half.
Erland, you got 15 as well.
I've also got some key to burn, so you know.
I'll do
Got
10
a
points
feeling.
of lay on hands on Erland.
That's 25. Alright. Plus. Yeah.
Anybody else kind of down?
I've got my healing hand.
I'm like a quarter missing, but like that's not as
Okay,
bad.
I'll
as
do
most
10
people.
on you as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
What can I say except you're welcome?
There. So that's 10 points of lay on hands towards both of you, as well as 15 points of healing from a med kit.
We're fine. At least nobody got hurt. Yeah.
Well,
A little burned, but you know, nothing a good night's rest can't fix.
Meant the townsfolk.
Oh,
We have to do something.
Do you even know why that happened? Bunch of these demons reaching up out of the water.
Saradwin kind of steps in and shares the information that she learned from Grandma. I believe, like, technically Elaria would have been there too, but you, the player, weren't there, so, like, Elaria can, like, also share information. But, like, essentially, you all get the gist of, like, I will, I will say this as the DM, where, like, genuinely, I don't think Saradwin would want to share that Brandy's mom is a mage. I think it would definitely slip out. I definitely think Renee would say that, and then I would say, "Do you say that?" And she's like, "Well."
The same exact thing as last time. So is now a good time to tell her that her mother was a mage?
Yeah, literally.
Alaria
like-
just face palms.
So like, you guys get the information that there was war between the humans who lived here and the kind of like elven clan that would kind of like pass through the area. You would know that there is some sort of like almost like break in the veil of sorts, and that it is like so badly damaged, and the veil like here is thin, just like naturally, so that like this would require like constant upkeep from a mage. So like, even if you guys like do some sort of like ceremony or like magical thing to seal it now, it would need to kind of like be upkept again, and that's kind of like the reason that like Saradwin brings up like there is a clan nearby that like maybe we could probably talk to the, you know, descendants, and ask for their help and help like upkeeping the veil until like another mage is born into the village. So it's not like a kind of like a one and done situation. This would require like a partnership. And then definitely the part of like, oh, also, like, Brandy's mom used to do it. And then...
Yeah, they stopped having two mages when Brandy's mom died.
Yep.
What? What?
Indra just kind of stares at Brandy.
What?
You never mentioned that your mom is a mage.
It was never
You
mentioned to me.
What?
No one
So
ever
you-
told me. I'm... Big shocker. I had to be told a lot of things about my mother.
Yeah, we know that. Just didn't think they would keep that from you.
I didn't think they'd keep that from me.
Alright.
Sorry, just...
No, it's fine.
Did your dad know, or you're not
I
sure?
hope. I
It's-
hope he didn't.
Erlen, it's a little difficult to be around a mage and not know.
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
So this is
We gotta go back and talk with my dad, and then we gotta go
Your
to the
problem.
clan. Then we gotta go to the clan and convince them to help my village.
son. You said you felt like a break in the veil over by Brandy's place, right?
We'll
You
never know.
felt it.
Mark!
Son,
Yes, sorry. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. There's some sort of tear in the veil.
So it's a lot bigger of a problem than we were expecting, yeah.
Yes, it's not just one demon slipped through, there's an open door.
They've been attacked like this before.
Of course there
Should we
is.
ask somebody?
well, I don't... From what Zared said, this is just something that we didn't really have to deal with. This was just an elder and an apprentice thing.
Well, if the mist's only been around for like, 2 days, and this happened, then
Well, we definitely beat them back for now,
yeah.
but we need to be very quick.
Hope they come back again.
We need to be very quick.
Don't exactly have a great bargaining chip here now, do we?
We
Other than
You know-
just begging for their mercy.
Indra looks
Well, it's-
over at Asan.
I'll step them out if I need to.
Can you really argue for humans?
I can argue for these people. Because these people haven't done anything wrong, as far as I know. From what Sarid told me,
And if they
as I glance at empty-headed Sarid, this seems like an issue from thousands of years ago, and nothing
Decent.
remotely
He's-
recent has happened between them.
and even if they did do something wrong, do you think they would deserve to have demons spilled upon them?
I think a tear in the veil is bigger than petty ancient grievances.
I
Well,
think
we agree on that.
I think the only thing we've did wrong in a while is honestly just kind of bickering at each other. I think that's
Don't
mostly
get
come out of-
along well with your neighbors.
I mean, it's just
You
it's just
never
us
have.
being bored. It's not us not getting along, it's just us not having anything to do other than our usual day's work.
These ain't
I
the
mean-
same type of elves as you, right? Son, sir.
As you look at Sarad's vacant eyes as they're starting to go in different directions.
She transforms into a bird and flies away.
Our clan never traveled this far north, so it's not us.
Make a history check.
I was gonna say, we have traveled into Ravane, so I'm
But
like, I might
you
know.
would you would
the
definitely
clans.
know like clans like in the area, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
History, 29. Expertise in history.
You would know the clan Makrath. Kind of like on the smaller
Spell that.
Macrath.
Macrath.
Mhm.
Macrath.
Mhm.
Okay.
Smaller clan. They traveled a lot more than yours did. Yours kind of like stayed in the same general area. Makrath went kind of like way up north to Seer. They mentioned like every once in a while moving around, passing by like Dyersmoot every once in a while, getting like a really good kind of like lay of the land. They have always been like really friendly to you guys. You like know some people there. Never like really mentioned an ancient grudge or anything. But also you never brought up like other, Ravani villages or anything, so it might have just been kind of like a don't ask, don't tell situation.
It usually when we interact with them, it's like, are the people nice? Not in ancient history have they betrayed us?
Yeah.
Go back far enough, that is every human.
It's like they've always been like nice, cordial. You've seen them every once in a while. Not like super close clan relations, but like you've traded, you've hunted together, spent like nights camping out together.
Yeah, it might be like a year every other year we spend a few weeks in the general vicinity.
Yeah, kind of like long distant cousins. You don't know them too well, but like like a familiar face or two.
Mm-hmm. Last time I saw them was probably when I was like 16, something like that.
Yeah. Like, wow, you've gotten so big. You're like, I don't know you.
I don't know you. I kind of know the clan that's in this area. At least the clan that's probably in this area.
Then you could help my people.
I do my best. We're
Help.
not especially close, but I've met them and interacted with them before. They seem reasonable, friendly.
Help is always a matter of effort, not just doing it or accomplishing it.
If that's your definition, then yes, I can help.
I just need to. I need to go quickly talk with my dad, and then we can head out. Hopefully, they're close by.
Alright. Brandy goes to talk to her dad. Anybody else doing anything in the meantime? Or just kind of getting ready for another excursion?
We're with you. You know that. I don't. We're with you here. I also don't think maybe y'all shouldn't be. Just in case anything happens with him again, you know.
Actually,
You want-
yeah, do you
One
want
of us
to...
that can talk to you. If you
You can. I want to speak with him alone, but if you guys want to be near the house or near the door while that's happening, just in case something happens,
You can wait outside.
yeah.
I'll stand by the door.
Alright. You head back to your house. Is everybody going with Brandy? Or is anybody else doing anything else?
If everyone else is going with Brandon,
Brandon.
Brandon?
Let's go, Brandon!
Let's go, Brandon.
It
Sorry,
means fuck Joe Biden. Okay, say that.
If
Dark
everyone
Brandy.
else, if everyone else is going with Brandy, I might try to just like ask, talk with a lot of townspeople and see if I can get a vague idea of what direction the Dalish clan is, if anyone's like seen them somewhere.
Okay.
Alec,
Yeah.
for that, would you say that would be a survival or an investigation?
I'd say investigation. Or a persuasion.
Yeah, persuasion or investigation, your choice, Hassan.
I'll go investigation.
Okay.
Smart.
All right.
21.
We will get back to that.
Sure thing.
We just have the check now.
Yep.
So Brandy is just going to very softly knock on her door, or on the house's door,
Okay.
before entering, just to let him know somebody is there.
You don't hear any movement inside. And then you kind of like look over and notice the fishing pole that's usually there is missing. And you kind of know like the place on the dock that like your dad likes to go to kind of like get away from everybody.
Brandy's just gonna sigh heavily. All right, back to the docks.
I mean, it's like not the same like direction because like this is like, you know, facing the ocean
Yeah.
on like several sides. It's a little bit like away from the village, kind of like in its own little corner, and there's like a makeshift dock, kind of like shrouded in greenery, moss, stepping stones that like normally, you know, would cause other people to kind of like slip on a little bit or like watch their step. You've traversed these hundreds of times, you know, kind of like it's like route memorization. You're on autopilot, just kind of like moving through rather like dangerous areas as you navigate.
This is also probably the place where he taught her how to fish.
Yeah. Do you like grab your own fishing pole?
It's always on me, so yeah.
Okay. Just like in Stardew Valley, you just carry a fishing pole whenever you like go like dungeoneering or something.
Yep,
Just in case.
just in case.
Um,
Hey, look, fishing line is useful for multiple things, not just fishing.
Cave fishing.
in this kind of like mist shrouded area, it's very like dank and quiet. The water almost like completely still. The rain slowly kind of like ending, and then there's just kind of like this smell of fresh water, wet rock, and like plants dripping. And you see your dad just sitting on like a makeshift dock, completely still. He blends in with the environment so much that kind of like a little butterfly just like waves past him, sits on his shoulder for like 2 seconds, and then flies off.
I just very wordlessly just sit next to him and take out the rod and fish with him for a few moments.
After maybe like 5 or so minutes, he goes, "Damn demons, fucking scared the fish away."
I know. And I had really good catches too, and then I got really upset and threw all of them into the ocean again because of them.
Is that normal? I always thought this fucking anger was, I don't know, a little bit too unnatural, but I've never seen those things.
I mean, they're not cool, but they're kind of awesome.
You would say that, yeah. I mean, I guess if you're looking at it from a distance, a glowing, weird lava creature thing is kind of interesting. Maybe if I saw it in a history book.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was scared in the moment.
I'm sorry, too. I don't know what I said, but I know
You-
it wasn't right.
You don't need to be sorry. You weren't in your right head.
I know I don't need to be, but I want to be.
And I'm sorry for the way I reacted even when I learned that you were possessed.
It's alright.
I just wanted to make you proud. I want to do all of the things that all of the stories you told me.
He kind of looks at you a little puzzled. Have I... I'm not great with telling you exactly how I feel, but I don't know. I didn't think I needed to say it. Know that I am very proud, infinitely proud, to call you my daughter. I don't need
When did
anything
you
else.
turn into a poem? When did you turn into a poet?
Well, when you left, you know, not a lot of people to talk to, so
So you've just been talking to yourself this whole time.
yeah, I might be going crazy.
Am I even here? Ooh.
Kind of just like nudges you in the shoulder.
I did have. Well, I had one thing, and then recently it became two things.
Alright, but you get those too.
Well, first I'm going to start with things that are thing that might be easier to talk about. And Brandy puts a coin pouch in his lap.
Looks at you.
That's for you in the village. And that is a heavy-looking coin pouch, approximately 500 gold
Oh
coins.
my god.
Yeah.
He just kind of like shakes his head, pushes it away. You know we've come this far.
I know. But also those Orlesian and Antivan traders like to scam us.
Sounds like you might need it more than us.
Grandma would appreciate the gold more than you.
Grandma is still hoping that the Queen might visit.
Speaking of Grandma,
Hmm?
I heard from I assume everybody is like in the tree line somewhere, just watching
Mhm.
closely. I look directly at Saren. A little birdie told me. A little birdie told me what Mom used to do.
Hmm.
Why didn't you tell me?
I wanted you to know her as we knew her. There wasn't any ties of magic, any spirit possessions, anything that we cared about that this village really, I don't know. Every once in a while there would be a little bit of a scare with a Templar a little too far out, not knowing their place in Ravane. We would have to hide that away, and I don't know, explaining that to a child, explaining that some people fear me just so much that they want to kill him.
You were scared what I was gonna think of Mom, weren't you?
I didn't. I knew you were a decent person, but decent people have bad thoughts all the time. And I thought it might be better to just not mention it.
Okay.
She was a lot more than a mage, but other people, that's the only thing they see her as.
And is there anything else I should probably know about our family? Are we the descendants of kings? Is Shepherd actually like a long lost cousin? Like,
God, I wish.
okay.
Maybe if he was a cousin, he wouldn't feel so scared
Out
to
of place.
take up space.
Maybe when me and them are done fixing the situation, or at least managing it, we can build them a little shack here.
Yeah, with a archway that can fit him.
Yeah, he always has to crouch every time he walks in. Alright. I gotta go play a diplomat. Please take it easy, and with all of this stuff going on, please don't interact with Uncle.
You
At
don't,
least until this is all over.
you don't gotta tell me twice. He's the one always coming around here asking for shit. I see what you mean. I won't talk to him.
Brady just smiles at him and just gets up. I will be back, and I will hopefully get people to help us with our situation. And if not, we're gonna fix it ourselves.
He kind of nods.
So, oh, could you do me a favor? If you find some salmon, could you just put it on ice for me, please?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Oh, do you want roasted fish for dinner tonight?
Could you make it when I was little?
Yeah, of course.
If I'm back home tonight, yes.
All right, I'll leave a plate out for you and all of your 8 friends.
Uh, catch like 3. Looks at Shepard. 4 fish. All right. Bye, Pa.
Bye, Brandy. And you kind of like know, like your dad doesn't like wish you like good luck or anything, or like, oh, you know, like be like, you know, be safe, be home by this, whatever. Him saying like, I'll leave a plate out for you, like, what do you want for dinner, is like the closest you're ever gonna get to him being like, oh my god, I love you so much, like,
Yeah.
you know, have a safe trip. It's him
Yeah.
being like, there will be a plate, you better be here to eat it.
Yeah. That's his, if you don't come home, I'm dragging you out of hell to come home.
Yeah, it's like, I will find your fucking body. Yeah.
Yes.
And he,
So
yeah.
I approach all of my friends. Okay, let's get this done as quick as possible, okay?
With Shepard wiping away tears.
Shepard, he doesn't have any tears in his eyes.
Oh.
He just-
We didn't hear all of that. We were just outside, right?
I feel like
Were
Shepard.
you
probably-
eavesdropping this entire time?
If you,
Shepard's passive perception is passive wisdom is 20.
yeah,
So I feel like if he would be hurted.
if you want to eavesdrop, you could have, Shepard.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, Brandy knew that you guys were there.
Yeah, if anybody was eavesdropping, that's none of her business.
Yeah.
They wanted to check up on her and make sure, like, her dad wasn't going to strangle her, so...
Alright, you guys head back into the main area of the town. Asan, you were asking around about, if anybody's, like, seen the tribe nearby?
Yeah. I was doing some investigation.
Well, investigation. Right, Ricky, did you have something planned for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Asan, while you're talking to everybody, you do notice that, like, this town doesn't really have, like, scouts. They don't have people always on the outskirts, like, watching out for things. But you do know that you do know what a hunter looks like. You do know, like, what they do. Is the closest thing to scouting. So you ask them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we kind of saw some elves, but we usually don't interact with them. We kind of just leave each other alone." And they're like, "We saw them last like that way, like maybe yesterday or 2 days ago." They're not quite sure.
All right. Thank you so much. It's a start.
Alright, you guys congregate together. Do you want to send Saradwin or Siren out to kind of like scout ahead?
I'll
Siren.
send Siren out. I at
Alright.
least have a direction to send him in now.
Alright, you guys get ready to head out. Indra's gonna do his harness divine power. And
Spell slot.
Yeah, regain a 2nd level spell slot. To
Alright.
summon a steed again. Or wait, is it still alive?
It's still alive.
Oh, okay, then we're good. Never mind.
Yeah, once you summon him, you don't
he's-
need to summon him ever
yeah,
again.
yeah, but he's but yeah, regain that spell slot. But my horse is still around.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Are you guys taking the wagon, the holla out with you, or just traversing on foot?
Is the direction we're going in very thickly wooded?
As like Siren flies further and further out, before like your vision stops connecting, it like a couple hours like out of Seer, the forests, like the direction that like you were pointed in, the forests become much denser and more difficult to traverse, unless you have something specifically to like get through those types of woods. So your wagon could make it, but it would be difficult. Probably be easier on foot for you guys.
I say we take the wagon until the forest gets dense, and then we just,
Leave it
go the
somewhere.
rest of the way on foot. I mean, it's in the middle of the woods. I don't think someone's going to just grab a
Wild
wagon.
animals.
Yeah,
Is
Ash.
the wild animal
Ash
going to
is
steal
guard
the
dog.
wagon?
No, but it's
Gonna get
Gonna
into
try
the
and-
supplies and destroy it.
yeah.
We can put all the food in the bag of holding.
All right, if you want to.
We have some
Fine,
amount of
we'll
space,
leave
maybe.
the wagon.
I
We'll leave the wagon
was just
behind.
saying.
I actually don't know how much space the bag of holding has at this point. It's been having quite a bit.
There's
Okay, so-
all
like, I think-
After collecting stuff from the rock, oh, I don't know.
right.
Like I
got
say,
some
I
big-ass
think the
feathers in
worst
there.
case scenario is a squirrel eats one of the pillows. But
Yeah,
okay.
that's good.
What kind of animals do you think live in the woods?
I don't know.
This isn't New Jersey.
My brother in Christ, there are giant spiders.
I don't know.
Yeah, what are they gonna do? It's a wagon.
Yeah, no, I'm down for that. We need to do
What
this as
interest
fast
do
as
they have?
possible.
Eating
do this
your
as fast as
hollow?
possible.
But we can unhitch the holla and take them with us.
All right, are you leaving the wagon in town, or are you taking the wagon with you?
I think
feel
we go
like
the faster route. The faster route is bring the wagon as far as we can, and then hike the rest on foot. I've got protective things. By protective things, I have
Would the faster
Alarm.
route be taking the wagon?
maybe.
It's
I-
very
it'd be
densely.
quicker
It's
getting
it's
there.
very dense forest.
I think
You'd be quicker
I think we
getting
leave
there.
the wagon behind.
Yeah, let's just leave it behind.
Alright, we'll hike. Alright, we'll hike.
How many people do we have again?
A lot.
6. And
7 total.
well, Saradwin can turn into a bird, so I'm not counting Sarad. So we could all double up on horses / holla.
If people want to.
Are people okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
Alright, we'll leave the wagon and we'll all double up on the rideable mounts.
Erland is looking dead inside when you ask him to, but he's not complaining. Outwardly, at least.
Outwardly.
I'm assuming Shepard rides with Indra again.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, about maybe like 2 hours outside of Seer. Kind of like traversing the lands on horseback. Everybody give me a perception check or survival.
Who are the other two pairs? For my curiosity. Who are the other two pairs if Sarah is just a bird?
Let's see.
Well,
For
Brandy's
shits
good
and-
with the animals, so I think Brandy should be in charge of Holladwin.
Yeah.
Holladwin. So I wanted to ride with Ilaria because I think it would be funny for Erlen and Asan to both be riding the same horse.
Yeah, no, I was thinking the same thing. Erland, you can grab my waist if you need to.
No.
Brother,
Brother,
There's
for the
been-
hike, wouldn't he be in the front?
You think I get like the reins of Asan's fucking horse? No.
Yeah, no way.
Hassan can still do the reins, but like, hug from behind, brother.
No.
There are two ways that a passenger can ride the horse. Either they can be in front of the person, or they can be behind holding.
Oh. I'm behind just keeping my balance. I need to hold on to nobody.
Erlen's like, Nadim had to work for 3 months to get me to hug him. Asan, you're not getting that shit for free.
Valid. Alright, so yeah, it's Erland and Asan, Brandy and Ilaria, and then Indra and Shepard.
Curiosity really, really working out today.
I think Curiosity and Shepard would get along so well.
No, he's carrying the 2 heaviest men.
Yeah.
Oh god, no! I know exactly what Curiosity is
Rossi's a
doing.
horse. Those guys have insane carry capacity.
They do.
Even
So-
with Shepard.
So, Shepard,
Yes.
They're annoying
you
the fuck
hear
out of Indra.
Curiosity sing a tune,
Not
and
this
it's
shit again, not this shit again.
99 bottles of beer on the wall.
Curiosity,
99 bottles
you
of
sang
beer.
this inside of my head for the entire night.
98 bottles of beer on the wall.
Shepard, I will throw you off the back of this horse.
Shepard's like, oh, you don't like the song?
Curiosity sings it inside of my head every night before I go to bed.
So it's like a lullaby for you?
The lowest I've ever gotten was 34.
Before I beat it senseless.
When you say beat it,
I mean, I knocked myself out. Why? What did you think I was saying?
It's curious that the head trauma has not diminished your mental abilities, friend.
It's curious
yeah,
that I haven't
what
ripped out your tongue
Curiosity
yet.
said. Does Curiosity have a tongue?
I have 14. Some of them are mine.
I was gonna say, like, don't ask me where I got them.
You gotta stop asking questions, man. It's only gonna get worse.
But aren't
Yeah, I
you
can see
curious,
that.
Shepard?
So how did you get your...
Indra just gives you, like, a death stare.
This is the entire ride. by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah.
It's just Shepard and Curiosity just talking. And
Indra's stuck on the, like, middle seat on an airplane.
Yes, with 2 people who do not know when to shut the fuck up.
No. Oh my god, you're flying to San Francisco too? That's so crazy! For 3 hours.
Yep.
I like to think that Shepard is taking this opportunity because the last time he was on Curiosity was a real rush.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, we're not in as big of a rush. How does the ground feel since you're like... Can you feel the ground? Because you're like a
Can
spirit.
you feel the ground?
No, that's a good question.
Ilaria and Erlen, the 2 people who rolled perception.
I also rolled perception. I just forgot to take it off to GM.
I rolled it, but it just wasn't good.
The 2 people that rolled good perception.
Something to Asan, though. He didn't want to say something to Asan.
Go ahead.
Asan, do you know your parents that well?
Yes.
They ever had shit from you? Like Brandy's whole situation.
I mean, I'm sure they lied to me as much as the average parent does, but, you know, little white lies here or there. Not... I believe they were mostly honest with me.
Really?
I'd like to think
Little
so.
white lies. I don't know. Hiding being a mage? I mean, for a dad not to ever bring that up,
I mean, I don't know. I've learned a lot more about human customs, but from what I hear, being a mage outside the circle is very frowned upon.
death sentence.
In Ravane, it might not be a death sentence. From what I've gathered, this place is a bit more relaxed, but it's still not really allowed. What about
you
you?
trust that they were
Your
good
parents
people.
ever lie to you?
They surprised me. Once. Didn't much appreciate it. You think despite all that, your folk were still good people, all right?
Yeah, they looked out for me. Their white lies were normally something harmless, like the forest fairy that takes your teeth and gives you money at the end. That apparently that wasn't real.
Aw.
Apparently that wasn't real, and neither is Santa
Right.
Claus!
Or the Queen of England!
Who's gonna post that? Stop!
A fairy that takes your teeth.
Yeah, you know how when you're young and your like baby teeth fall out, you put them under your pillow and then you wake up and there's, copper coins there instead. Or is that just a Dalish thing?
That was paid every time I got my teeth knocked out. I would have done a lot better.
Everyone just side eyes.
It was just a harmless folk tale that just brings joy to children, and yeah, they lied about that, but at least among the Dalish, everyone's parents lie about that.
Well, good to believe that they're good people, right? Better than the alternative.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I miss them.
They're still around?
Yeah, they're still around. I'm just not really, with the clan right now.
Yeah. Good talk. By the way, I think this was awesome.
Yeah,
Wait, I read what you just said. I would love to think Alaria is teaching Brady how to pick locks and Brady teaching her how to, find footprints. Yeah, that's how, you usually track footprints, and if you're trying to look for a certain boot type, you can absolutely see that in, mud and shit.
Interesting. So, would their weight affect?
Oh, yeah! You can definitely tell someone who's much lighter on their feet with their tracks. Anyway, you were talking about, the pins of a lock?
Right. So hold this. I don't know. Is Brandy in the front? Is the water in the front?
Well, Brandy's holding the reins, so that's more up to Alaria.
Okay. Watch this, and then she pardon my reach, and then does the motions of, with her hands, okay, pretend my fingers are pins, and then you kind of just feel for, but then her arms are kind of because Brandy's taller. But she's trying not to go around her waist, so she's over Brandy's shoulders.
Classic gay reach around.
I don't know if that's the classic gay reach around, but
No, it's the I'm queer and you're queer and I'm trying not to make you uncomfortable, so I'm leaving room for several Jesuses.
Several Jesuses.
Leaving space for Baker and Andraste
Yeah.
and all her children.
And Erlen, you guys notice a kind of movement up ahead, and then kind of the telltale signs of smoke rising up, and then several of the trees kind of marked with certain almost directional marks, and then kind of off in the distance, you guys catch sight of caravans. I don't believe Ilaria and Erlen would have ever seen Dalish caravans. But whenever you when you point them out, Asan instantly, yep, there's my people.
found them.
A hunter approaches and just holds out their hand.
Question. Who is helming? Who is up first?
Presumably Asan.
I was gonna say it's probably me.
Okay.
Because I imagine you're like in the center, upwards, forwards, and
I
then
mean, you know,
our
Sarah is
boys are to our
spacey right
left.
now, so
Yeah, our boys are to our left, and then the gals are to our right doing their fun stuff.
Sarah's
So there's-
having an episode.
yeah.
I thought Sarah
Sarah's communing with the sword.
The voices!
The voices.
Sarah just pulling a Bugs Bunny. Like she's gonna pop up out of the ground when we get there.
Oh, I took a wrong turn at Dicemute.
Oh yeah, right now because Sarah's transformed, I'm the only Dalish in the party.
Yep.
Mm.
Alright, the hunter approaches you.
Alt. And they tilt their head a little bit. What clan do you hail from?
I'm Asan from Clan Elwood.
Oh! Our friends from Elwood. Well, friends.
It is good to see you.
It is good to see you as well.
Mind if we approach the camp? I can vouch for all of these people.
I was going to say, be mindful of your company, and we shall have no issues. What is your
Everyone, best
business?
behavior. Diplomatic matters.
Just raises an eyebrow again.
I was hoping I could speak to your keeper about a situation with the nearby village.
Our keeper is that way.
Thank you so much. And what was your name?
Motherfucker.
I have
What
a,
a-
I
what a
have a, I
weird
have a
name.
list of names,
Sounds really
Ricky,
good.
that you could look at. It's under names and elves. pick any of them for this exact fucking moment.
Hold on, I
Twig.
was on a different tab in our notes.
because Mark's the type of player to be like, by the way, excuse me.
I mean, also, Asan is just a people pleaser, so...
Don't use that excuse. You did the same exact shit in every campaign.
Yeah,
what are the
and
titles of the
guess
books
what?
in this library?
And guess
okay.
what? Guess what? Take one fucking guess.
I
How
don't
many
know.
of those campaigns have I played social characters?
Every single one.
Every
But that's
single
that's
one of
your decision. No one's making
is-
you make
Except for
social
Layla.
characters.
Except for Layla. And guess what she didn't do?
That's
What are the titles of the books in this library? Me.
Shut up.
Name every single book.
The
Bart
Bible.
just- the Bible.
It's just it's all
Fazbear Fright Survival Guide.
how to suck your own dick too. I don't know.
How to suck your own dick
So you
too.
remove more than 2 ribs in this case. That's
Tyvin.
Ivan.
Uh,
Pleasure to meet you, Ivan.
So you walk through the camp, and you can tell that they are settling for a few days.
Question, would I know the keeper's name?
Yeah, make a history.
Right?
Jesus Christ.
Fucking
Nice.
Do I
shite.
know the keeper's name?
Nope. No,
Yeah,
go
the
die.
DC is
Actually,
32,
yeah.
but
Alex.
He was 69.
Alex.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It is Adrehil.
Adrahel, but yeah.
Adrehil. Got it. Adrehil.
Your spelling, please.
1 second. I got it.
Please, I need this, please.
I take notes.
Yeah, there you go.
So you make your way. You can very much tell that this entire Dalish camp is like starting to settle for the next few days, maybe even the week. But from what you know about this tribe, they move significantly more than what your tribe is used to in much farther ranges.
Yeah, they're more nomadic.
Yeah.
We'll settle down for weeks, if not like 2 or 3 months. But they'll just pick up and move every couple days or weeks.
This clan, much smaller than yours, less than like 50 people, and that includes like elders and children. They, usually travel in smaller groups, but this is like on the like smaller side. Only a couple of caravans. There's like maybe 5 or 6 hala, a few like babies running around in like a certain enclosure, trees providing shade and cover, and then you see, as you kind of like walk inside, mountainous rocks provide kind of like a natural blockage. A little bit of a path has formed in the ground naturally, and there are white tents for encampments, a kind of like large fire pit in the center for kind of like communal dining. There's a few kind of like hunters, and then through the leaves and branches on top of like taller trees, you all notice more kind of like elven lookout scouts. Seemingly your presence was noticed immediately, but because you have like a visible Dalish with you, they didn't attack like on sight. Kind of like further in, you all notice on kind of like a higher mound, in a tent a little bit larger, with a very like decorated wooden trunk next to them, stands a rather tall, regal man, with hair long and braided at the very bottom, and kind of like this beautiful carved wooden, like almost kind of like not crown but like circlet around his head, and then weaving kind of like small antlers above his head. Most of the people in the clan have the face tattoos that Asan and Saradwin sport, but the smaller children, all like fresh faces. You all definitely get some stares, and unlike Brandy's village, where the stares were like, oh, you're outsiders, but like we're not gonna, like be rude or anything, these are definitely stares like, what the fuck are these people doing in our encampment? A much different vibe than the human encampment.
Almost getting homesick here.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Damn. Keeper Adrahel. Pleasure to see you.
He puts a finger up to you as he's squatted down, looking at the decorated trunk, and you can tell that he is weaving or communing with some spirits.
I will just remain silent and wait.
What does that mean?
Just in the middle of something.
Oh, okay.
Just very delicately stands up and grabs their staff that was leaning against the trunk.
And just gonna like cover his mouth.
He sees everybody and is about to say... You could very much tell, like, he did not notice you first, Asan. And has a face of just... I'm about to say some very choice words, and then sees you, Asan, is like, oh.
Yeah, customer service face is on.
Yeah, now the customer service face is on. And just looks at you. I do not recognize you, child.
I am San of Clan Elwood. These are my allies who have been traveling with me. I can vouch for them.
He stares at all of them, and, like, his look lingers on Indra for a while.
I can
And
leave if this is not a conversation I should hear.
Completely ignores you and goes back to Asan.
I'm just gonna lead my horse away.
These are your
He
allies.
takes a few steps back. Yes. Allies, traveling companions, I'd argue even friends.
Interesting. How may I help you?
Well, first I would like to thank you for inviting us into your camp.
It is... Hospitality is customary between the Dalish tribes, unless ongoing hostilities between them. Would you like anything to eat or drink?
That would be wonderful. We appreciate it very much.
Of course. You can see an elven man with pale skin and short brown hair is like walking around. He heard the conversation and is like aware of what the keeper wants. And Asan, you know what this person looks like. They are the first. They
Gotcha.
are the keeper's apprentice.
Asan doesn't want to jump straight into business, so I think for now, at least for the first part of like this conversation over food, it's just going to be like, catching up with how the other clan is doing, like what are the goings-ons, things like that, and exchanging what information I know from my like year-old knowledge of my tribe.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry. I was reading a thing.
Asan doesn't want to just jump straight into business. I think he does want to spend a little bit of time, like, exchanging pleasantries, like, catching up, because Dalish clans don't exactly have the most immediate communication, so I think for the first, like, half hour, it's just, like, how everything is going, like, what has been the goings-ons,
Okay.
like, how is, like, just very friendly, like,
Gotcha.
topics.
As Asana's like doing this with the keeper, just like catching up, like trying to have a conversation. Is anybody else sticking around, or do you guys kind of like disperse through the clan, or is anybody like helping Asan with like polite conversation, making a good first impression?
Good first impression. Oof.
Well, it's a fun little thing, because like if you roll well, you will like earn favor. However, you are not Dalish elves. The barrier.
Shepard is like really nervous because he was told to be on his best behavior.
Oh yeah, Indra fucking left. he's like gone. He doesn't want to deal with this shit.
Waiting on the outskirts of the camp.
No. He's in the camp, but like not in the kind of like keepers area. Indra's just kind of like traversing.
So while Asan is doing all that, would you prefer to look around, or would you prefer like us tell you what is available, at least what we have prepared?
I think prepared, because some of us.
Shepard would stand very still until he was told what to do.
Okay. Shepard is staying. Erland, you're straying?
I wouldn't stray.
Okay. Erland, Shepard are staying with Asan.
I'm not here to sleep around.
You're not here to sleep around?
I'm not here to snoop around.
Probably not to sleep.
I ain't Asan. Yeah, also not that either.
But also.
Ilaria and Brandy, what are you guys doing?
I would like to snoop around, but like in a way that, like,
Yes.
Brandy does not know any better and will snoop around with Ilaria.
Yes.
I'm doing it in a. Well, Laria's doing it in a way that like an old Asian grandpa will kind of have his hands behind his back, looking at like an art gallery.
Yeah, just kind of look around, just like wow, but like keep an ear open for anything.
She's nodding. She like a child's like who is it? Hi, yes.
Alright, up to you guys. Do you wanna figure out the stuff with the keeper first, or do we wanna handle clan business first?
clan business.
Okay, thanks for your opinion. Alright, Ilaria and Brandy, you are snooping. Give me either investigation, perception, or if you want, persuasion.
It's gonna be persuasion for me, dog. I'm
Okay.
using a dice because I found them. That's a 14 plus 8. That's a
22?
22.
Okay.
I feel like I've done this.
Ilaria, you are not a Dalish native, so you are met with the kind of like coldness and like outward hostility that like a lot of humans are met with. I think though Ilaria's charm comes from like Asan's is very like bombastic and like I will kind of like force you to like be in awe of my presence. I think Ilaria is very much just like I'm just a girl. I'm just around. I'm not even hurting anybody. I'm just a little guy.
Just a little guy,
I
you know?
think like Ilaria has like very like a meek kind of presence, and like you kind of like very earnestly just like talking to the elves softens them like a little bit to you, to the point that like one that you come up to, her name is Namahra, a clan traitor. I'll spell it. Jesus, I'm just kidding you. We will always put the spellings in the chat, guys. It's gonna be okay. There's no test.
Test? Did you say test?
Yes.
We've all graduated. We're all still scared.
Yeah. So the clan traitor kind of looks at you, goes, oh, what a lovely carved wooden bow. You don't see that quite often around these parts, do you?
She's referencing Brandy's bow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, my
No,
partner-
the bow that Ilaria has on her.
Oh, okay.
But I believe like Brandy like helped make.
Yeah, she has like elven markings on her bows, too. So I was like,
Through Asan and Saradwin.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. She points out Ilaria's bow, and then when she notices you, Brandy like also points out the. Huh. I suppose you've spent a lot more time around the Dalish than other Shem.
Yes, my partner is Saradwin, and I travel with Asan.
Squints her eyes. I don't know that name, but Asan, we've heard. Yes, from Clan Elwood.
I believe they're both from Clan Elwood, but I haven't met their clan yet. I've met them in my travels and fell in love with Saradwin.
Oh.
They're very cute.
Well, we've seen more love of our customs from you than we have from other Shem, so if you would like, you may peruse our wares. But I don't know if these are up to human standards.
Can we look?
Yeah, of course.
Whisker feet.
So
Yeah.
what she has available is a variety of different healing potions, as well as the base of each healing potion, which is elf root. Very well made arrows, like each one has its own love and care put into them, instead of like normal arrows where you kind of just like tie feathers to a shaft, screw on the head, and kind of just work with it.
And she also has, like, elven-made armor available. Yeah. regular studded leather armor is gonna go for 50 gold, and then +1 studded leather is 100.
I'm sorry, I'm googling it. Studded leather is what? Like,
Yeah, and you have the cloak of elven kind, so that's pretty.
oh,
You can get like
but,
a
is mine staying even?
set.
Let's see. Studded leather would be 12 plus your dexterity, but it's a +1. If you get a +1, then it would be 13 plus dexterity.
Oh. Okay. I could afford it. Why am I like him hawing over this? Can you tell me more about the... Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You first, Brady.
I was just going to buy 2 bundles of arrows.
That'll run you 400 gold.
Oh, she's really shocked.
Alaria's personally hurt by this price. Alright. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
And Alaria, what did you want?
Oh, she's gonna ask. I don't know how to say that. Namara?
Yeah, Namara.
Okay. Could you tell me more about, like, who... I'm assuming you guys crafted this, right? She's pointing to the studded leather +1.
Mm-hmm.
She's schmoozing. She's definitely schmoozing.
She's doing what?
Schmoozing.
What does that?
Schmoozing.
What does that mean?
Oh,
It's like people pleasing.
Yeah, people pleasing, buttering up, like
Oh,
Buttering them
okay.
up, yeah.
Sorry, English is my second language.
No, it's good.
She goes, well, yes, we, all, of course, craft our ourselves. This one, and she points to, like, the +1 studded. She goes, parts of it were crafted with the rare iron bark that grows in some of the areas, though it's rather elusive to get a hold of. But and you like you see her kind of like being a little proud. She's like, but you know, I spent a couple of nights out by myself and was able to get a hold of quite a good bundle of it. So.
Oh, you created... So, is this made out of wood? Is it heat treated? That's... I've only seen armor made out of, say, like, animal skins.
she kind of has this like, oh, you silly human, and kind of like goes into detail about like how like iron bark is used and like the crafting of like leather armor kind of like being reinforced with like metal, how like you know like the various studs kind of like come into play, the leather, and she's like very proud of the fact that like, oh, you know, like we use every single part of the animal, like we never want to, you know, like be super wasteful unlike you guys. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay, let me get my other D20.
Are you trying to get a discount or what?
Well, not necessarily, but like, hey, I'm so totally interested in your crafter. Well, you know, the other group crafter is listening in.
Mhm.
Like, you know, it's so well crafted. I've never seen anything like this before. Oh, thank God. Okay. You said persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
It's 16 plus 8, so math 24.
24.
Yeah.
She kind of goes like and like you see her kind of demeanor like soften towards you. At first it was very much just like I'll trade with you, I guess, but like I don't know if you like care. But now it's kind of like, oh, you're actually interested. Like, all right, you know, like we can we're chill. And like you find yourself like having like a conversation with this like clan crafter, and she goes, yeah, you know, it's rather difficult to come by. And, you know, the hunters, they, you know, are busy enough with gathering food, so it's, you know, craft whatever I get my hands on, but it's really nice to work with better materials. Sorry, I'm talking, a lot. Do you want, one of these armors?
Oh yeah, I'm very interested in this.
I didn't know you made it, but it's nothing like I've ever seen before. And, like, she's like not touching it, but her hands are hovering over like, the decoration, and I'm guessing little studded designs. It's just like, this would look so cool, like on the battlefield.
It would, wouldn't it? I mean, I suppose I could part with it to Shem for 80, but...
Oh no, please. And she pulled out gold coins, 90.
She was already giving you a discount. 90. Like the going price would be 100, so like, you know, if you give her 90 gold, like you like won her favor, mechanically speaking. And she hands over like the +1 studded leather. So yeah, that would be 13 plus your dexterity modifier for armor.
Let's go.
Mhm.
You said you were having trouble getting hands on materials.
I mean, I don't want to complain too much. Like, I appreciate the hunters and scouts that go out there, but, you know, we're a small clan and I'm one of the only crafters. And kind of, like, looks over at, like, a 12-year-old nearby who's, like, waves, is, like, missing a tooth, has, like a worm on his face. And she just looks back at you. It's like, I'm training him, but, you know.
I mean, I travel the area quite a bit, and I could help bring you some materials if you need them. Whatever I get food-wise, I can bring specifically to the camp, but the skin, the bones, the sinew, I can just drop it off to you. It's no skin off of my back.
Well, I don't know how adept you are at hunting, but if you were to come across some materials or iron bark, that would be most welcome.
Brandy, show him the teeth. The teeth.
Which teeth? I got multiple sets because of Sarid.
That's my point.
I just like, Brandy sighs a little bit and just like pulls out a bag of various monster teeth, some larger than others.
Wow, these are in very good condition.
Hydra, Chimera. I believe we have some dolphin in here from the large dolphins from Rialto Bay. We have, I had a giant's tusk, but I sent that over to my father.
Huh.
Did you grab any from the giant lizard?
Which giant lizard?
Oh my god.
In Lomarin.
Oh no, I wasn't going to touch that. That was tainted.
Oh, alright. We'll trust there was a giant lizard and we took it down.
Blightlands. We encountered a blighted area.
You went into the Blightlands. Huh.
The ones in Lomarin.
Well, as I said, if you come across any materials for crafting, feel free to send them my way, and I will, of course, trade or pay you for them.
I don't need payment.
If you
This
say
is-
so.
I do this out of enjoyment.
She kind of looks at you like, okay, I'm offering you money if you don't want it, and, you know, like, I'm happy to not, like, pay for it.
Does Ilaria say anything about this?
I think Ilaria just like has a facial tick.
She's kind of like her eyes twitching a little bit, but she's just like rubbing it like, oh, gosh, pollen, and I'm really not used to.
Just not used to this much nature, you know.
Alright.
Just punches Brandy in like the side. Oops, sorry. Must have been allergies.
You guys, you guys finished talking to the clan trader. She asked for crafting materials or rare iron bark that if you like want to come across. But you kind of like come away with it feeling like at least one person in the camp doesn't like instantly hate you anymore.
I'm gonna put on the armor.
Nice.
Oh yeah, new drip.
Asan, Shepard, and Erland, you are talking to the keeper.
Yes, indeed, we are.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Girl.
Go piss, girl.
Go piss, girl.
Thank you.
Do we take our mid-session break? It's like 6:18.
Do you guys want to?
I also need to eat.
That would be a
think that
good
means
stopping
yeah.
point for now.
I think
Yeah.
that means yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, because, like, you guys were, like, waiting, so I didn't want to, like, just go to a session break, like, after, 10 minutes of, like, not talking, so... yeah, up to you
No,
guys.
no, it's fine.
Alright.
Some very quick burgers.
Yippee, quick burger. Alrighty. Yes, Asan, Shepard, and Erland... Well, Shepard and Erland kind of, like, taking a step back. Asan, you're kind of just doing pleasantries, with the Keeper. Give me, just like a charisma check with advantage.
Okay.
Just like a general, just like a
Charisma?
vibe. Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
Persuasion.
charisma.
Okay. Okay,
Ooh.
good advantage.
14.
Good advantage.
Yep. 14. I'll leave this up to Ricky. You're playing the character.
Yeah. So, you exchange pleasantries, and as you are, Shepard and Erland, half of the conversation you can't even understand. Because for most of the conversation, the Keeper has swapped to Dalish, or to the Elven language, primarily spoken by the Dalish tribes. Asan, you exchange pleasantries, and he's very receptive to you. He thinks, you can tell he thinks like, oh, you're such a just a kind and like little cute whippersnapper, aren't you?
One step removed from pinching your cheeks.
Yeah, just like one step removed from that, and you can tell that you're making headway.
Hmm.
And like maybe 10-15 minutes into this, he comes down from a fit of laughter after you tell a joke, and he asks you in the shared language that everyone else uses. I doubt you came here to exchange pleasantries, though, unless you did. In which case, I am very pleasantly surprised, but in my many years, I doubt turns of fate like this are usually not without business.
It wasn't my only reason for coming, although I definitely took advantage of the opportunity. It's been a while since I've been around fellow Dalish.
What has it been? 3-4-ish years since we've seen your tribe? Somewhere around there?
3. Somewhere around 3.
It feels too long, Asan.
I agree. But you're right, I did come with other business as well.
Are the Shem giving you issues?
No, it's more the Shem have issues that might affect us.
When don't their issues affect us? There are issues with mages, there are issues with elves, there are issues with the land, there are issues with the weather, there are issues with their own shoes.
There are issues with a rift in the veil.
Oh. I see.
Yes.
And what do you...
I know that they tend to have a lot of petty issues that affect us, but I feel this one might actually require our attention.
Asan,
Yes.
I can tell that you are a very intelligent person and wise beyond your years. But do not trust these shadows.
I would not trust them if I did not have to fight demons in the last day.
This is not your issue, and this is not our issue. You do not need to vouch on behalf of murderers.
A rift in the veil, I'd like to argue, is everyone's issue, if it gets big enough. It is not put a stop to.
Make a persuasion check, please.
A
Asan. For all we know, this was not our issue to begin with. This may have just been an issue caused by the humans, and they weaved their tales, blaming us like usual.
Oh, I fully agree that this is probably their issue. The problem is, the more the veil rifts, the more it's going to become our issue, and the harder it's going to be to fix.
Well, that is their issue to fix. They have their own mages, they have their own wants and needs, and those have evolved past tormenting us.
Super Azrael, I don't think you need me to tell you that a rift in the veil will very quickly spiral out of control.
And we will deal with it when it actually becomes a problem for us. But right now, all I see is a problem the humans most likely started. A problem they can deal with. They had their opportunities long, long ago to live peacefully with us, and they just tossed it aside to enslave us, to use us, to kill us. After we fix this, if I am to go with you, if I am to follow you into this very dangerous path, other than risking the lives of my other clanmates, of these other elves, what will the humans treat us like afterwards? Because wisdom and tradition dictate, they will treat us as they always have, shoving us into slums, making us forget our history.
Now, if this was Orlais or the Tevinter, I would agree with you. But this is not Orlais or Tevinter. These people are not nearly as close-minded as the rest of the Shems in this world.
And how do you know that? Have you been to the other places?
To Orlais or Tevinter, I would not risk it. But I've been to Ravane and to Antiva.
The death of our people will come to us not in fire, not in a big bombastic display, a son of Clan Elwood. It will come to us in a silent, slow death, and complacency is the first step in that.
When you come back to this area of the land 2-3 years from now and find it a twisted, rotten land, will you still believe that you shouldn't have stepped in now?
Yes. Because then the humans would have been eradicated, and they would no longer be our problem. The Shem are the root of all of our issues.
Yes, I agree. The Shem have caused our
No.
people much issues
Do you agree,
in our history.
Hassan? It sounds like you are sympathizing with them.
It sounds like I agree that the past happened and that these people have treated me in no other way but kind.
If I might butt in here, I get that you might see my friend here as having a bit of hopeful optimism, right? Because his experiences hasn't been nearly as bad as what y'all have faced in the past. I have seen close to the worst that humans can be. I've been Interventor, and I've seen them hurt people. Not just yours. I've seen that humans can be terrible. But this is one town, and you guys are one clan. And no traditions were built out of nothing, right? This tradition of cruelty and this constant hate, the spiral, might just be able to be resolved with, I don't know, an act of kindness. Because these folk don't have their own mages. They have, from what I understand, one elderly woman who is long past any days of being able to handle this on her own. Or may not have been able to begin with. They've got one person who can't even put a stop to this, can't even hold it at bay. And if there was a way for them to handle it on their own, we wouldn't even be bothering you today, but there's a situation that needs outside help, and y'all are the only folk who could even provide that. There are people, you know, other parts of the world, they may not be giving you any reason to show that kind of kindness or forgiveness, but these folk here now, they may not deserve the same fate.
Keeper, I ask you a question. If these humans of this area are so evil and only look out for themselves, then why was it when I was lost and needed a place to stay, they took me in? Do I look like a human? I'm
The
not a
keeper
human.
looks up.
They took me
No, what the fuck are you?
in. They housed me.
The guards.
Oh god, you actually speak. Sorry, continue, Tony.
That was basically it. It's these humans housed me. They took me in. If they only look out for humans, why would they even have offered shelter and food and acceptance to creatures such as I?
What is your name?
I'm Shepherd.
And to you?
Erland. We're not humans, but
I have no quarrel with your people, dwarf. Your kind stay in their ancestral homelands, venturing out, making an actual productive use of the land.
we keep to ourselves.
You do not. You do not waste. And you stick with tradition. And I know nothing of your people, Shepherd. But to know humans, you must have lived by them your entire life. Not just experience them for a few months, but you must have been here since you were born. You must have experienced the history that we had. Because, yes, they may have taken you in, but how long have you truly stayed with them?
Is every elf the same?
Shepard. No matter where you go in the world, you will find alienages, slums made for my people. If you ask any one of those elves, they may not even know of our history. All they will know is the constant struggle and strife.
However, you are equating every human together. If not every elf is the same, how is it so that every human is the same? You don't know about my people. Not all of us are exactly the same either. No matter what you believe, I personally believe when someone is in need, you help. If you don't see that, well, have a good life.
I am sorry. But until you can guarantee me that I am not abiding in the future generations of slaughterers and warmongers and slavers, I cannot help these people.
So you'll sacrifice the natural world if it means you can also sacrifice the Shem?
Ancient tradition and grudges hold very deep within my clan and within me. You should know this, Asan of Elwood.
Yes. I also know that we must protect the lands.
I will protect the lands when the blemish to the north is gone.
Blemish to the north? You mean the rift in the veil or the Shem?
The Shem.
So you'll sacrifice this entire land to demons to wipe out one village. You'll sacrifice tradition for a grudge.
Well, make an Arcana check. You've mentioned this before. Elves don't have the same relationship to demons and spirits as humans do. They don't view it as just like a black and white good or evil issue. So it's less of like sacrificing the land to demons and more of like the veil and like the demons existed before kind of situation. So
no, but it will alter the natural world is what I'm trying to say. Like nature will no longer be the same.
I think with a 26 Arcana, this man specifically, very, very like much a traditionalist, being like an elven keeper, you kind of have to like, I don't want to compare it to like Avatar, but it's kind of like the bridge between like, you know, the Fade and like the living world, where like he believes that demons and spirits are natural.
So how will you deal with it when the Shem are gone?
Simple. I would commune with the spirits as soon as the Shem are gone. driven away, and I will see what they need. If their requests are reasonable, I shall meet them, and if their requests are not, I shall banish them.
How will you deal with the rift?
The same way I deal with any spirit or malignant force. I'll banish it. Just as keepers of old have done, and I too shall do.
DMs.
Mm.
Yeah.
Question. Are there alienages in Ravane?
I don't
I
believe
don't know
so.
what an alienage is.
Yeah. No, I think Ravane is one of the few places in the world that doesn't specifically have alienages.
Before
Yeah.
before this conversation continues, make an insight check. Arguing with him, like, without producing something of, like, value is really not gonna get you, like, any farther. He is trying to, like, be amenable to whatever you're trying to say, but, like, until there's something that, like, you can do for him or the clan, or, like, show that, like, the people aren't gonna, like, fuck you over, there's like not much more that, like, you can talk your way around this situation, if that makes sense.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because Erlen is like
Uh,
about it. You're like,
I either need the humans to give, like, essentially a show of good faith. Or,
Either that, or, like, help the clan in some way where the keeper, like, not only trusts you but trusts your entire group. But like you're like, as a DM, like, you're not getting, like, anywhere else with this guy.
Gotcha.
maybe you don't have to do this out of the goodness of your own heart, because sure, yeah, humans might not deserve that. Maybe instead there's a way we can do each other a favor, in a way. Something more transactional, even. If we can do something for y'all, would you be willing to patch this rift up, right? Even if it would, by some consequence, help the human.
Speak with my people. See to their needs, and if what you say is true, then I shall reconsider my position. But right now, I simply have the word of one Dalish from a friendly tribe that I have not seen in 3 years. That is not enough for me to trust humans.
I don't expect you to.
Great. Thank you for the meal, Keeper.
Of course. Says he says farewell to you in your language. It's more of a dismissal rather than an actual farewell.
It's get out of my sight, essentially.
No, it's you are free.
You are dismissed.
Yeah, it's you are free,
Like,
or
you are
more literally-
excused.
Yeah, I give you your freedom.
Well, looks like our best bet is to become useful around here.
That ain't the worst that could have gone.
He could have
Ah,
killed us
I-
or something. That
I
was
swear,
worse.
when I become a keeper, I'm not going to be as blockheaded.
Look, we got the rest of this folk to, like us, then you won't have a choice. If everyone else is rooting for us, if everyone else wants to help us out for, I don't know, whatever we do to help make their lives easier, then hands are tied. It's his job to make
Yeah.
his people happy, right? To protect them, act in their interest.
Yes.
Well, we just make them interested in helping us.
All right,
Even
let's
if
go.
some humans get
Found
helped
the
along the
group.
way.
Oh,
Indra,
oh,
you
yes. Hello.
you backed off for the time being, and you're kind of just staying put.
If I have some time, I do wanna see if there's a map maker or like someone who just like knows the general area like well enough to get a better sense of like the map of like the non-city areas of Ravane.
Yeah. Honestly, this would probably be the best bet. Correct me if I'm wrong with their name, but as you're asking around and getting the cold shoulder, I would like a perception, or not perception, a persuasion check.
It's fine. Do I do it with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I mean that's fair. Hey, I built him. I know he's got the resting bitch face.
Well, it's a multitude of reasons.
Well, the Templar armor probably doesn't help.
Oh, absolutely not.
All right, persuasion. He's a charismatic boy. Come on. Okay. Okay. It's gonna be a 15.
Right. Even with disadvantage and, you know, the constant cold shoulder and occasionally you hear whisperings in a language that you do not understand, but you understand the context clues.
Indra is just not gonna say anything and like back off whenever someone doesn't want to talk to him.
But with your patience and, you know, I assume Indra is very, like, respectful and not necessarily kind, but definitely polite.
He is very awkward and polite, yes.
Just the standing in the doorway.
Yep.
Just, Mom, I threw up thing. The pale elf that was with the keeper before kind of notices your attempts at intermingling and trying to get information. Templar.
I do have a name, but yes,
Well, would you like to give it to me?
it's Indra.
Indra.
And
I
you
am
are?
Sovin.
Good to meet you.
It is very well to meet you as well.
I was just asking if there's anybody who knows of any, like, map makers, or you guys have, like, your own way of tracking the area.
Well, may I see your map then?
Yeah, okay. And he, like, shows this, like, elf a map of their area that he, like, did his best with.
Oh. These are actually phenomenally done.
Thanks,
You even have the tree lines mapped out just in case.
well, Asan did the drawings.
Well, regardless of the artistic value, this is a very well done map.
Thank you.
You even have a little legend of the distance.
Yeah, yep, I just need, some help with figuring out the lay of the land. We're gonna be traversing the area for quite a bit.
Well,
so.
If you would kindly follow me, I will help you reorient your map with whatever small mistakes you may have. But I actually have more use of this map than you have use of our maps. If you wouldn't mind me copying down as we speak.
Yeah, of course.
So you follow him to like a small, like,
It's
not necessary-
just like looking around for his friends, like, help,
strange danger.
help, being taken away.
But do you follow him?
Yeah, if nobody is around to like go with him, he'll go. But
I would love to think the only one who actually like saw you leave is like Brandy, and you're like looking at her, and she just waves and turns around, just misunderstanding your look.
if anybody else wants to go with Indra, like you are of course welcome to. But I like genuinely asking like if anybody else is like around. If not, he'll go.
I don't know.
alone.
Would I see Indra going with the keepers first?
To a second location.
I mean, if you wanna like see it, then yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. I want to speak with the keepers first for different reasons, more out of jealousy. But
Indra's just gonna like make eye contact with you, Hassan, and like you know he's uncomfortable.
I'm just gonna roll my eyes and follow along. Hello there. First.
Sofin.
This is Hassan, the artist I was telling you about.
Oh, you do not need to introduce other people for them.
Looks over at Hassan like.
It's alright.
Welcome back, Ren.
When?
Eyes down.
A bird randomly transforms into Sarid.
What's happening?
We're in the middle of a clan. We're in a Dalish clan, trying to get their help.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Indra and Hassan are talking to the first.
Indra's talking.
Yeah. You finally learned how.
So, the first takes you to not an outcropping, but one of those kind of like half-open tents that are more for like an overhead shelter rather than like a enclosed private space. Just like motions for you to put down the map, Indra.
Yeah. Yeah. Indra will do it.
And Asan, I would like you to make a history check for me, please.
Alright. History.
This
Oh,
is
roll.
even if it's a low roll for you, it's still a really good check. On top of that, you would know the most about this. Their markings, the Veloslin? The
Valislin,
Veloslin, thank you.
belonging to the goddess of Gilon 9. Very, very fun, freaking language.
But you would know with your history that they are a goddess of guides and navigation.
Indra, you came for help with the map?
Yeah, we're gonna be going through the, Ravane Woods for the next couple of weeks. I just wanted to make sure we don't get lost. And really, I don't know, there's this, like, patch of woods I'm a little worried about. We don't really know what's out there.
Ser, is that the proper titling for a Templar?
Indra's fine.
Indra. The map that you have shown me is actually very well done. The distance, the legend, the placement of everything is almost perfect. And although it's a little flowery and at some points a little hard to read because of that floweration, it is actually incredibly accurate and incredibly well done.
Oh, alright.
So I need to copy some things down that I need to update on my own end because we are working with maps that are a few decades old.
Yeah, feel free to use it. Is there anything you can warn us about up ahead?
Oh, yes, there are actually a few things I can warn you about. Asan,
Yes.
you've already spoken with our keeper.
Yes, I have.
I could see much to your dismay as well.
No, it
No.
wasn't bad.
But no Dyson
just-
helping us?
Not yet. It wasn't a definite no, it was a not yet.
I don't know how much longer that village can wait.
Which is
Well,
why we're going to need to be fast.
I can tell you that our village, our little clan, has some not mounting issues, but things that are not helping with our overall morale. Well, other than our crafter having some issues obtaining materials, we're also running low on some food. Not only that, in the last move that we had but a few days ago, many of the wheels caught on some rocks and more or less broke. The Hala had to drag instead of pull for quite a while. Our placement here is more of a chance of repairs than choice. Not only that, but because of the overexertion, our Hala have fallen ill. We're not quite
Well-
sure what it is just yet, but we know that they won't be able to perform like they used to for quite some time. And not only that, but apparently the hunters have come back stating that there was an incredibly aggressive bear. It's been eating our livestock and Hala and stealing our food. It's also harmed several of the hunters. But no one has died yet.
Well, when it comes to hunting, our group, I would truthfully say, is second to none.
Oh. Is that a bet you can make?
What would you wager?
Nothing.
Fair enough. But yes, we can take care of the bear for you.
Of course.
We do also have a couple of healers in our group. I'm sure we could take a look at the Hala.
Perfect. And I'm sure if you deal with the issues of our clan and the issue of the bear, that our keeper won't be so cold towards your next requests.
Do you know what we're here about exactly?
Sorry, Alec, ask that question again?
Do you know what we're here about? It's not exactly a small asking.
I am misunderstanding what you're saying for some reason.
Indra's asking if the first knows why we're there. What we're asking for.
Oh, okay. I don't, in fact. Our illustrious keeper likes to keep me in the blind until it is time to teach me.
Yeah, isn't that fun? There's a tear in the veil in the village of Seer up north.
Tear?
Well, didn't Saradwin say it was something like, I don't know, constant upkeep that they have to do?
Yes, but from what I'm guessing, Sarah just appears.
I'm in the door.
You see a bird like flies into this like half-open tent and then transforms into Saradwin.
Oh, God, I never get used to that.
Called me.
I knew
He
there
said
was
my
something
name.
in the air.
Oh, okay. Don't do that again around me, please.
Okay,
This is Sarah
you are
Gwyn,
correct.
also of my clan.
Saradwin of Clan Owlwood, it is a pleasure to meet you. I am Sovin.
Hello. So yeah, we're talking about the veil, right? Yeah, it's torn open by some ancestors of yours, and it has to be constantly upkept, or else rage demons will come out of it.
Saradwin said it's your fault.
I see.
But it was due to like you know, your ancestors had a good intentions of, you know, tearing open the veil in order to stop the wars between humans, because fuck humans. Anyways, so yeah, now it's causing a problems for the current inhabitants.
Right. And Son, I assume the Keeper has told you that he will deal with it when it actually becomes his problem.
Is pretty much, yes.
Well,
So fighting rage demons next to the water isn't a problem.
The Keeper is so far gone that he doesn't see the irony in that we're chasing off the humans.
to be fair, we are asking you guys to upkeep the veil kind of forever in the area.
Well,
at least until a new mage is born to the town.
Yeah, who's gonna have to teach them? Grandma's not gonna be around forever.
Well, one of the big things is Grandma lost her apprentice 19 years ago, and it's only just becoming a problem.
We don't know how bad it was. Didn't Brandy mention arguments between her dad and uncle?
Yeah, but from what I heard from Brandy's uncle, they were like that even before her mother died.
Regardless of
has anything.
Regardless of the interpersonal diplomacy of Brandy, who is that? Any one of you?
She lives in the village.
Travel companion, I assume?
Yes.
Well, regardless of the interpersonal diplomacy that your friend has to do, I am willing to help you regardless of what our keeper says.
We appreciate that.
You will just have
to make a point to keep her as well.
Right. But even if you do not recruit his help, I will just need a moment to sneak out, so that way I may help you.
Do you...
My own issues are... My own punishments are besides the point.
We don't
But we
want to get you in trouble.
please, I get myself in trouble on a daily basis talking back to him.
Problem is, this would need to be something that would be upkept every time you visited this part of the world.
Right. I am here to help you with the short term, but I do not know if I can help with the long term.
And that's why we need to convince Keeper Adrahel that it's worth it.
Speaking of the short term, do you have any idea what is gonna go into this ritual? Like how you are gonna seal the veil in the first place?
You? We?
Me?
I mean, are Templar not equipped with magical ability?
Okay, it's not magical ability.
I just, regardless of the terminology of it, are you not equipped with dealing with demons and mages and magic?
Yes?
Then you can help us.
If you say so.
Let's say so and guess so. You have your own power and magic.
It's not magic.
It's... Regardless of what it actually is, I do not know the Templar as you do, Indra. However, I do know that you have the ability to suppress mages and magic. Is the veil not magic?
If I can help, I'll help, but what I do is different.
Whatever you say.
Like we were saying, the problem, truthfully, isn't the short term. Both Sarah and I are mages. We could always help the elder mage in the town temporarily repair it. But it's the long-term issue of it needs to be constantly repaired. And we're not always going to be around, but your clan does visit this area relatively often, if I'm not wrong.
That will be a case of you presenting your case. That will be you presenting your case after helping us.
Exactly, and that's the problem we have now.
Right. So, you should probably get on that. Indra.
Yep.
I do want to know more about the Templar. You keep saying it's not magic, but if it is not something that you wish to disclose, then that is fine. I just am confused.
Perhaps once we deal with the bear problem,
Okay.
we could,
Well, there are still some issues here if they are willing to help with them, so the bear might not be the first issue addressed, so why don't you tell me more about this map?
yeah, and
Because there are
Indra...
there are some towns we have yet to encounter. These might be new settlements.
I want to make an insight check. Is he being genuine?
Oh yeah, make an insight check.
He's just gaslighting you.
Yeah, right. Insight, 7.
7. I assume Indra is like very cautious.
Mm-hmm.
You are very cautious, and like for the first half of it, you're just like, he's just trying to butter me up. This is nothing. Like he doesn't have any interest in that. And like the longer you talk to him, like oh, he's actually taking an interest.
I think like, if Hassan like sticks around, he
They're
will.
into you. They're into you, of course.
Rolled a 7. if Asan sticks around, he will hear Indra go into like map autism mode. But in the beginning, he'll just be like, yeah, I mean, you know, just like the general area from what I've gotten to hear about. I just kind of made some guesses. I was really hoping to talk to an expert about this whole situation. And then, like, as it goes on, he's just like, well, yeah, I mean, like, the trajectory of the wind would impact the trees this way. And, I mean, I suppose that, like, you know, the geological formations of the swamp here would alter the river path here. And I don't know if Asan, like, zones out after
Asan.
that.
Asan, are you sticking around to watch this autism?
Yeah, are Asan and Saradwin, like, sticking around, or...
I'm sticking around, but it's like the whole sticking around of like poking random objects in the tent and just being like, oh, that's what that does. I'm not focused on the conversation.
Okay.
I'm just like,
I would like you to make an
trying to
insight
distract
check then.
myself.
Oh, well, okay. Make an insight check.
Oh yeah, I'm there.
Asan.
Yeah.
You can tell like this guy is genuinely interested in what Indra has to say. And what Indra is presenting to him.
Interested in Indra or interested in what Indra's saying?
With a 14, you're not quite sure.
I rolled a 17.
Saradwin. Definitely more interested in what Indra has to say, but you can, from the way that you have seen other people interact, the way you most likely interact with Brandy, you can tell there's like a hint of something. just a tiny little bit.
Listen, you gotta lock in.
What?
You just gotta lock in, or else there's another elf that could be on the line.
What? Sarah's being so vague, and the song is just like, huh?
Truly, the difference in grass textures is what impacts the kind of the trajectory of the grasslands.
Yes, but the development that they had on said grasslands, the humans, the development of farmland has absolutely changed the hills.
You're so right about that. Let me make a note. Moving to the rest of the group, Shepard and Erland.
Gone for a while, huh?
You guys have heard the Keeper say, if you want to, like, help out around the village, then I'll hear you out more. But for now, like, you know, kind of, like, you may be excused. Are you guys, like, looking around for any ways to kind of, like, offer assistance to the clan, as like, you're making your way, or are you staying out of their business?
Shepard is definitely looking to see if anyone could use any help with anything.
All right,
Yeah,
please make-
Erland is awkwardly at the side.
Okay.
You know?
Then yeah, I'd
Like
say
by Shepard's side.
I'd say you both notice a broken caravan, like one of the wheels just kind of like literally snapped. It was just like a rough terrain area. And people are kind of like dealing with fixing that, and then kind of like off to the side, away from like the other Hala, there is one that seems to be kind of like with a kind of Hala tamer, and the person sounds rather concerned about the whole situation, and kind of like specifically like paying attention to this Hala that looks like rather hurt. Are you guys going off like on your own, or like attacking things together?
It's like a broken down, like a what? Like
Caravan.
Caravan.
like what we have. Okay.
A little bit more made for travel and traversing, like wooded like areas specifically. Like your wagon and caravan is very much just
Both.
like everything.
I got a picture for this.
You've got an RV. They've got a tiny house.
Their caravans are very much yeah, like they're built for like this specific area. It's like very designed for like forest, wood, swamp specifically. Your wagon is like, we're good at a lot of stuff, kind of like we're fine at like a lot of things. This caravan is specifically designed for like the elves and like what they're dealing with. But like it's broken down in a way that you've worked with your hands before. You know how to fix basic things, Erland. It's definitely not outside of your wheelhouse to try and like poke around with this thing.
Also, Shepard, you, over the course of your life, you have had to help other people, like with carts and stuff. It's even transporting flock. You tend to have to go by cart or go by some means of transport. So you're also like used to like, oh fuck, the wheel got broken. I guess I gotta fucking get off and fix that now.
Okay.
It's not something that you're like particularly adept with, but you're good at like the patchwork until someone else who's actually good at it can fix. But yeah, what do you two do?
I don't think the hollows like me all that much. I get
Do you
real
want
dirty
to
looks from the
work on
sun.
Do you want to work on the wheel, and I'll go see what's going on over here?
Yeah, I might have something for him.
All right, gang,
Yeah.
let's split up. Erland, you walk over. You walk over to the caravan. It is. Yeah, like one of the wheels just had like a rather like rough bump, and they're like having trouble just kind of like adjusting it in a way that like worked in the same way. Less of like, you know, like lack of materials or anything, but if you want to just kind of give like a perception check or survival check, kind of like just glancing at it, seeing like what the issue is, if you can like offer a direct solution.
My immediate thought: I do have several vials of mimic mucus. Perhaps super glue is the answer. Perhaps
Glue is the answer.
Perhaps not even. It's like super glue.
You
It's
know what?
ultra glue.
You know what?
It's not sovereign glue. It's not sovereign glue.
If you
not
wanna
sovereign, but
if
it's
you
a
wanna
little-
make a check with alchemist supplies, I will allow you to see if that is like an
If this
avenue
is
you
an
could go
avenue.
down. Yeah.
All
Because that is a
right.
very creative
I will
use of
attempt.
fucking mimic spit.
That's
I will
fair.
attempt.
While you're
Alchemist
making
applies.
a 10
I
is
have
good
a
for
once per
base-
session reroll.
If you
Oh,
wanna
okay.
use it.
I mean, fuck it. 11.
It's better. I'd say with a 10 you can get some very basic repair work done with it. It's not much you can do for like a wheel, but for the other damages to the cart, you can absolutely use mimic mucus to patch that up. The wheel, on the other hand, you're gonna need something more loose, because if you put glue on a wheel, that's just
No, that ain't gonna do nothing.
that's not gonna work. Yeah, but I assume you
I don't know.
approach.
Yeah, I'll approach him like, you having a hard time with that one?
The one of the people like trying to figure out how the hell to do this, like turns to you. Ara Shanama, we are having some issues with this, Sir Dwarf. Your name?
I'm Erland. Yeah, just no bit of an outsider here, but you know.
I could not tell.
Yeah, I just want to make myself useful while my elvish friends are getting some business done. So
Oh, that is.
I might have something to
Fortunate.
help if you've got all your axles and a tiff here.
Uh,
The wheel itself might be a bit trickier though. I mainly know
if you could,
mainly know stone.
if you could slip under and actually check the damages underneath while we figure out how to prop up the cart enough to reattach a new wheel, that would be splendid.
Oh, would something like this help too? Sort of reach into his pack, pulls out a crowbar, and just sort of like get the right leverage for popping out things.
We will see if this is of use to us, but we have our own tools.
All right, let me get under here.
So you crawl underneath, and what would the make an investigation for me, Erland?
Hell yeah, investigation. 22.
There's like, it's those types of damages, like in the short term aren't that bad, but over the course of time, like this would result in catastrophic failures.
The check engine light is on.
Yeah, the check engine light is on. Nothing like super major needs to be dealt with like this second, but if left to its own devices, the cart would just stop working. It would completely fail, and either the wheels would lock up or just be incredibly difficult to actually like use it without complete maintenance.
Yeah.
So I assume you're just fixing those while they're propping up the cart.
Yeah, is there a means by which I can try to fix these, or is like, can I try, like?
Some of these can be, what's this, hyperfixation depression? Right. So, yes, a lot of the issues could be solved with a bit of mimic mucus, and letting that dry over the course of a day would harden it and kind of create this like weird resin type of substance.
Give up a couple breaks, you know.
There are some places where you're just like, oh, that needs to rotate. This feels like a solid fucking bar. So I assume you use some oil to loosen that up.
If I would have oil,
I would
I know
assume
I
you would have
theoretically
some.
could bring. I could pour a lot of oil out of the alchemy jug.
I
But
But
assume
what
you
about
would
the
have-
mayonnaise?
But what
Oh,
about the
no.
mayonnaise?
Sorry, Ilaria, no mayo sandwiches for you tonight.
So sad.
I assume you, in your alchemist supply, you have like very basic oils, like enough to like do some proper maintenance.
I could distill a little something. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna make you make a check for that. You made a very good investigation check, and this is more about spotting all of the damages that were done.
I do that thing where it's like I'm underneath the car. I hold my hand out, but like a gimme motion. They hand me something that looks like something like a wrench, but weird. I'm like, all right, I'll work with it.
You take
little
one
bit of
look at
elbow
it.
grease, a little bit of mimic spit, you know.
A little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of mimic spit.
I mean, I got 8 of them vials. I'm down to use one of them vials to try and like patch
would
up
say-
all these little breaks.
I would say, due to the potency of mimic mucus, I'd say you'd only use like 1, maybe 2. Make an alchemy supplies check to see how much you use.
All right.
Let's see how much use you get out of 1 vial. You can
Ignore the
you
plus
use
2, but you know.
Yeah, you use only 1 vial. It's not terribly difficult to make your usage last throughout 1 singular vial.
Yeah.
But with that, you see that, or you can at least like feel the cart just like be propped up, and you can
Reinforced.
see that they're starting to put a new wheel on after you're finished with your repairs.
Yeah, and that should hold a lot tighter to any bumps along the road than before.
Well,
I ain't easy to get this kind of stuff. I almost got eaten for it.
I thank you.
Yeah, it's no problem. Just it's a pat on the back here and there. Yeah.
I thank you for what you have done for us. We will make sure that there are no other damages to the other carts. If you are willing to help with those, if you are going to be around later, we will reach out to you. You seem somewhat adept at helping us with this kind of thing.
Yeah, I can try my best, of course.
Of course.
Just yeah, don't mention it, except maybe to your elder, keeper man.
Keeper.
Yeah, keeper.
We
He didn't seem that
appreciate
old.
the effort, Sir Dwarf.
Yeah. Well, my group and I'll be around.
Don't mention it, but maybe do.
Maybe do. Yeah. Kind of like
Um,
awkwardly waddles his way out.
Shepard, you approach the Hala, the keep. I was gonna say the keeper.
Oh,
the
yeah, I had a thing.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Alec.
Yippee! I don't know, like, if you're as awkward as Erland, but, like, is there, like, some hesitation before, like, approaching the Hala, that, like, the Hala Master is, like, looking after? It seems, like, distressed, enough to, like, be taken away from the other Hala in their enclosure.
Shepard, really no hesitation, would just walk up to the Hala and greet them, and try to pet them.
Oh, okay. Make an animal handling check.
Let's see how this goes.
11. Do you want to use your once possession reroll?
Yeah. Come on, roll 20.
Yeah! It's there to taunt you until it's not.
I will tell you now, if you had went with an 11, it would have been bad. It would have been bad, not from just the Hala, but the Hala Keeper being like, what the fuck are you doing?
These are sacred animals.
Yeah. But I think, like, Shepard doesn't know any of that, so I think he would just, like, walk in, reckless abandon, and then, like, you have this, like, initial, like, the Hala kind of, like, getting away from you, the, like, Hala Master, like, giving you the fucking side-eye, just, like, who the fuck is this person, and why are you approaching my animal? Like, your approach is very direct, but I think, like, gentle enough with the Hala that, like, you offer a very much, like, understanding and, like, patience and reassurance to it, that it just kind of, like, leans into your touch a little bit, and the Hala Master, like, raises an eyebrow and looks at you. That's the first time that she's expressed affection in the past couple of weeks. I'm surprised.
She's a good girl. I can tell.
She is. She was raised to be strong for us all, but perhaps the last legs of her journey have been rather rough, though I'm having difficulty seeing any injuries on her.
Do you mind if I check her out?
Sure, but I am watching. We do not allow outsiders into our encampment.
Watch my every move, if you must.
I will be. Make a... I'd say either medicine or survival with advantage.
Let's see.
22. There's definitely signs of, like, physical exhaustion and exertion. Nothing that, like, a couple of nights rest wouldn't fix. But this animal is definitely distressed, and as you're kind of, like, looking over it, you realize that it's less of, like, a physical ailment and more of, like, an emotional one. This Hala is sad that they're been taken away from their friends and like not allowed to kind of like rest with the others, and they just like it is like missing like, you know, being around its own, and kind of like being taken away and like looked after constantly. It's very much like an emotional, like, no, I want to be with my guys kind of situation.
When was the last time this Hala was around the other Hala?
Oh man, probably two weeks ago, I believe. We don't want to bring it around them just in case it's been infected or anything, but I don't know. Again, I've looked over it completely. There's no signs of any poison or disease or anything. It's just, I don't know.
She's definitely tired. She's distressed, but she misses her friends. I think if you let her around the other Hala, she'll perk up almost immediately.
That would be an apt explanation, yes. Perhaps I've been so busy worrying about getting her in tip-top shape, I didn't allow her a moment's rest. Come on, Celia. And she kind of like brings the Hala to the enclosure. What did you say your name was?
My name is Shepard.
I appreciate your willingness to care for this creature, Shepard.
I've taken care of many animals in my time.
Clearly. Well, good travels to you.
To you as well.
And she brings the Hala over. There's no like immediate like, oh my god, yeah, I'm with my friends, but like after a couple of moments, just kind of like going around the clan, taking like some time to yourself, you kind of like look over, and the Hala definitely seems to be doing better. Still tired, but like happy that, you know, they're not like away from their like mates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. Saradwin, was there anything you specifically wanted to do around the clan? I don't believe you would have gotten the chance to meet this one. It's been a couple of years since, like, the clan that you stayed with met up with this clan specifically. So you wouldn't really know anybody here, but if you want to, like, walk around, talk to the keeper or something, or yeah, like whatever Saradwin wants to do, if there's anything.
I mean, we tried to convince him to fix the problem, but we need to do initiations.
Kind of, but you weren't there to like introduce yourself or anything.
That is true. Can I bring Hassan with me?
Sure.
Alright, so Hassan, I know I wasn't there for your conversation with the keeper. But what if, hear me out, I can use my origin to maybe convince him to help us?
I mean, good. But I'm worried that because it's something that needs to be ongoing assistance to the village, that if you are not here, they might not care.
Sure, that's true. And he probably would say, it's like, oh, if you care so much, why don't you stay in the village? And then you just do it. Did he
Something's
seem
better
normal
if
to
we
you?
get a little bit like a stick in the mud, but that happens.
Not possessed or anything?
Not that I can tell.
Okay. He probably just has old man disease.
He probably has learning every little bit of our history disease.
Okay. I guess after we kill this bear thing, we can change his mind.
We'll see. I'm hoping. But we should at least start with that.
Mm-hmm. Alright then. Let's just start with that.
Okay, so you're not gonna talk to the keeper?
I'm curious.
I'm just asking, if you want to, we can have a scene with you and the keeper. If not, we're gonna move on to like the next part.
Let's move on.
What?
Okay. Let me talk to the keeper.
Okay.
Y'all are insistent.
It's
Let me
up
talk to the
no,
keeper.
it's up to you. I am just asking. If you want to go talk to him, we can. If not, we're gonna gather the group and kind of like set you on your way. It's literally just me asking like where you want to take this.
All right. Let's go on our way.
Renee, there's no right answer.
There's no right answer.
You're not.
You are. This is a decision that you can make. You can talk to him. You don't need to talk to him. Would you like to talk to him, though?
Sure.
Renee.
Okay.
I'm walking to the tent. to
There's
talk
Okay.
no test.
Okay. So you go and speak with the keeper. He is currently sitting in his tent, reading. Looks up at you. Oh. You are Saradwin of Clan Elwood.
Yup.
It is a pleasure to meet you. I was speaking with your friend? Brother?
Yeah, he is my friend brother.
I was asking which, but okay.
This is my friend brother.
What can I help you with?
Well, it's been a long time since I've been inside of a Dalish elf camp. And I heard about the whole quest that you have given us. And it just brought back memories on how I was supposed to be the first. No.
Oh.
How I was going to be the first.
You were going to be a first of Clan Elwood.
Yes.
Why are you
I didn't
curious?
just... something in me felt like there was some supernatural forces at play, and that I was not worthy of being the first, especially since Asan was more adept with mage magic.
I see. Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
are you telling him the truth, or is there a little bit of deception here?
It's more like hint hint. Supernatural forces. Hint. I'm not really from a Dalish clan.
So with that, he just looks at you. What are you trying to get at?
If we kill this bear, will you help us?
I said I would consider it. It is no guarantee.
Okay.
However, knowing the destruction our people have known, all that we have lost and what little we have left, it would be a very... I believe the human expression is hard sell.
So it would be a hard sell to help the village.
You must understand that humans are naturally ambitious creatures. They are destructive in nature and take and are wasteful. The amount they change around us, what they take from us, that even the kindest of humans has the seed of darkness. You must be very worried about even their kindest individuals, their nicest individuals, their most polite individuals. The humans that you have traveled here with have their own agenda.
I'm well aware of that. I have also grown up away from society. But I have known cruelty. But I don't think that all of this rage should be put against a very small fishing village that has no business doing anything. All they have to do is fish, and there's just demons running around them. If anything, those demons should be put elsewhere, where the real problems are. And it feels like being here has poisoned a little bit of everything. Because a tear in the veil is like a disease.
Saradwet, you share many similarities with your kin, with Hassan. That both of you are wise beyond your years. Both of you are fiercely intelligent, and I can tell that you are both warriors to some degree, but you are both naive. Both of you are too young to understand.
I have learned many things from my mother. She is a woman beyond many years, and she has told me a lot of things. So I understand the history between you and the humans. Well, between us and the humans.
Oh my god, Alec.
I saw that and I'm trying to hold it in as much as I could.
Fiercely intelligent. 10.
I should have said cunning, whatever. I should have said cunning, whatever. It's fine.
I'm so intelligent.
She doesn't correct him.
So Sarah, are you trying to pull rank? Are you trying to imply who your mother is?
I am implying.
I'd say make either a history or arcana check for the keeper.
I already rolled.
Nice.
I rolled 2. I rolled insight and history.
Awesome.
So he looks at you, Sarah, and cocks his head a little bit. Asha Belanar?
That is the Dalish name for your mother.
Yes.
She.
I did not know the company that we kept.
Not a good or bad thing.
You are one of her daughters. I
The
am
last time I
sorry.
checked.
I am sorry that I have spoken down to you in such a way, but you are still young. You still have much to learn about us. You, Saradwin of Clan Elwood. I do beseech you. You know not of the destruction that these creatures could bring. And if you do, why cohort with them?
Because I can tell who's doing the real destruction and who's just trying to live their life in here.
Sarah, make a persuasion check with advantage.
I'm gonna take out my dice.
We're playing D&D. Oops, forgot the dice.
Whoopsies.
Whoopsies.
Oopsies!
Sargi.
Come on.
Sorgy.
Exceeded. Where are my dice?
Persuasion.
You're great at these.
You can re-roll 1d20 or force to re-roll an attack against you. Where's my lucky thing?
Oh my god! Oh wait, hold on!
What's up?
I think I just heard Sarad's thinking about using Lucky.
What?
What?
Oh my god, we're using
You
feet?
said roll.
Roll with advantage.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, you said to roll for advantage for the first time. I rolled 2 3s.
Alright, would you like to use Lucky to re-roll one of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So that is
This
your second
one-
use of Lucky for the day?
15.
15 total?
Yeah, because I have a -1 in persuasion.
Saradwin of Clan Elwood. You do speak much wisdom. But I still have my own to take care of. In this moment. As much as my job is lingering on the past and lingering on old grudges, I do need to take care of my people now. I will weigh your input whence you have helped my people.
Absolutely. I'm a healer, too, so I can heal your hollow.
I bid you farewell.
Right.
Dareth Shariel. That is Roll history for me.
Okay. 16.
It is the most formal farewell you could get from a Dalish elf.
Wow.
It literally means safe journey, but it is used as a very formal farewell.
I say the same thing back.
And you as well.
And you as well.
Yeah, you too, bud.
You too. All right, see ya.
Okay, bye. You too. Bye.
Enjoy the movie. You too. Fuck.
Fuck. All right, you all gather together in the village. Asan, I'm assuming you kind of tell the group of a like bear, kind of like attacking the village.
Some overly aggressive bear.
Yeah. A couple of Elven scouts mentioned kind of like the general direction that it went in. They seemed a little frustrated when explaining it. Not with you, with the bear specifically. So, you all begin the pathway through the twisted and gnarled woods outside of Clan Mekroth. It is a very beautiful day outside. Very warm, the trees providing shade from the sunlight, and kind of like speckled light through leaves coming through onto all of you. On foot, you travel about maybe 30 minutes before kind of like the general area where the scouts mentioned that they saw the bear. Whoever wants to can give me perception or survival in regards to tracking this thing.
Ooh.
Perception.
Perception. I love my adding.
I love addition.
19.
6.
Yeah, because I rolled a 12 and I can add 7. So
Whoa!
that's 19.
Nice.
Ship.
Yes.
Are you making any rolls, or are you just letting the group go?
Yeah, I'm just letting everything happen.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let's see. We got survival 15. What did Ilaria roll? Perception or survival?
Perception.
Okay. And then what did Saradwin roll?
19.
Perception or survival?
Perception.
Okay. Alright, so for survival, Asan, you immediately point out kind of tracks like in the dirt, and then almost like destroyed branches, shrubs, and then like bare scratch marks alongside like strewn about like logs. Kind of like keen eye, you decipher exactly like the direction this thing is going. It is of massive size, and it looks incredibly like almost mad, like insane mad. Like this is not like an average kind of bear strolling through the woods. This is something with like a mission almost. Brandy with a 23 survival. You all follow the path of the tracks. When it ends, you all kind of like come to a standstill, because the tracks do just end. And then there is this moment of like, where do we continue going? Brandy, you realize the tracks ending, it happens in a incredibly unnatural, and like it's almost like the bear floated up into the atmosphere. Like, they stop without any kind of, like, sense of, like, direction or, like, anything. They're just gone.
With a 23, there are two things I would like to ask. One, does it look like there is a deeper impression on the specific endpoint of these tracks? As if like something like jumped or like pressed their weight down to gain leverage to do something.
What's the other question?
The other question is there trees, like, is there like large branches that could theoretically hold up such a creature? Or even if it's not able to hold up a creature, are there like broken branches above me?
No broken branches above you. But you would definitely realize that there is like a deeper imprint of this creature like jumping up of sorts. Let's see. Ilaria. You would hear sounds of like running water up ahead, maybe like a stream or a river of sort. As you continue forward, and Brandy points out the set of tracks, and then like the indent of a creature, like pressing their weight and then like evaporating. Saradwin, with the 19 perception, there are several things that you realize. One is that this is something very similar to what you do whenever you shapeshift into something else. The other thing is that the woods have grown very, very silent. There are usually very few reasons for those things. One, a coming storm, but looking up above the clouds, studying kind of like the weather of this area, that's not happening anytime soon. The other reason that every single creature in the woods have grown silent is because there is something dangerous, and there is something dangerous here now with you. Brandy, as you look up above the trees, and Sared, when you follow her eye, as you recognize the path that, like, you would have taken, up above the branches, on a kind of like overlooking all of you, this strange skull-like mask covers a face of a figure shrouded with a cloak of leaves. They jump from branch to branch in almost like inhuman speed, transform into a bird, fly around all of you, and then leap down, get behind you, Asan, and just like almost inspect you before you turn around. They transform once more and then land up on a rock, kind of like perched, almost like a gargoyle, looking over at all of you. And this strange, raspy voice comes out and goes, "What the fuck are you doing in my woods?" And that's where we'll end the session.
Cool.